Good morning, everyone, and today we'll be doing a beginner's guide again to Lost Relics. It's your friend below the bottom tier here again, and today the equipment I'll be having is the fists, the bow, some tools, no relics, and a bunch of healing, which is bread. But today I'll be doing Forgotten Chambers with only the fists to show you that it's possible. But would I recommend a beginner do this? No, because of the difficulty it takes and the resources it takes to actually complete this run with only fists. So, in today's video, I'll be talking about pre-attack, how to manage your mana, or like what to do to abuse the mana system, the traps, and that's about it. Let's get started. Right, guys, so the first thing you need to know would be in the game settings, classic isometric. If you don't have this set, you're gonna have an extremely hard time in this dungeon. Next, there's controls. So move, hold, instant, or what we like to call the pre-attack. So this allows you to left shift and then attack. So normally when you click around, it's to move, but you can attack now. Left click and right click. Works with bows, swords, and everything else. So let's begin. Now the reason why you would want to pre-attack is to help you mitigate damage. So for example, this one, pre-attack, so he doesn't hit me. It's harder to do with that enemy because they're a lot faster. So I'll show you an example of that when it's 1v1 with this guy. So I'll show you first what happens if you don't pre-attack. You take 25 points of damage, which racks up. So let's get rid of the fast one first. There, you saw I missed. That's one of the disadvantages of pre-attacking, but you can, the advantages outweigh the disadvantages. So for example, I pre-attack this guy, and I don't get hit. Can show another example of that again later. So here, pre-attack, then you can move away. So it's nice about doing pre-attacks. Also, this room is very important. You spew lava, so usually you wait for it, like what I'm doing, to cross. The lava does about 300 points of damage, so you have to be extremely careful not to get hit by it. And then I'll show you the traps. You see these? These are fire traps, also known as the beginner killers. So what happens is when you step on it, you take fire damage. Now, you see my health, it dropped by 300. Take too many of these, and you're dead. So, that's that with the traps. And in higher level dungeons, you'll notice a lot more of them in the sense. But I'll show you what happens for the attack in higher tier dungeons also, why it's useful, and why most veteran players actually use pre-attacking. It speeds up your runs and it keeps you a lot safer. And with that said, I'll be speeding up the video until we reach the mana part for your level. So here, as you can see, the mana has dropped quite low now. So how most people abuse the system is they wait for it to recharge. So while waiting, they just do other mining stuff or they just wait and stand there. The reason why they do that is because right clicking just does way more damage to the enemy. And if you can the faster you kill them, the less trouble they become. So in dungeons where you feel like you can't complete easily, take your time and wait for your mana to recharge. And from here on, I think I'll just be speeding up the entire video so that you don't have to waste any more time. And see you in a bit. So as you can see, it is entirely possible to do a run with only fists, but it consumed a lot of my healing items. One way to get around that is just buying better healing items, which is something like this one. Heals 300 health instead of just 50. It's relatively cheap also, the cooked version anyways. But the reason why I told you that I wouldn't advise doing this is because you can just use the bow. If you don't have a bow, for example, you died and you lost your bow, just grind lost catacombs until you can get a bow. It saves you a whole bunch of time, and it saves you a headache of I could die again. Because lost catacombs, easy to do. Forgotten chambers, you can just use a bow. Just right click and you'll be fine. Just save up your mana and right click. So, in conclusion, just don't use your fists for forgotten chambers. Save up your money, buy a bow. And that's it. Thank you for watching, and see you again in the next video.